What's going on, guys? We are at the Boca Inlet, going to be doing some multi-species bottom fishing like I typically do here. My dropper loop set up, so it's a 1 ounce sinker, which might be a little light because it is high tide right now and the water's moving. And then about 10-12 inches above that, we got a super small, I believe it's a size 12 Gamakatsu octopus hook. One of my favorites, just super small, could fit in basically anything's mouth, and super sharp. So we'll toss this thing around, we'll catch some fish on the bottom hopefully, and usually I'm able to pick up some new species, so that is always the goal here. If not, I should still be able to get a wide variety, and it should be a pretty good day. So let's give it a shot. Alright, so there is my 1 ounce sinker, and above that a small piece of shrimp. Water's ripping through here pretty quickly, so I doubt this is gonna hold, but it's the best I've got right now, so we're gonna make it work. See if we can pick something up here. Got him. Little guy, right close to shore, little sailor's grunt. Alright, so here's our first fish of the day, a little sailor's choice grunt, one of the definitely more common species in these waters. Catch these guys all the time. What I really should do is bring a larger rod with a larger hook and live line these guys one of these days. There's got to be some jacks or stuck around here. But as it stands, that guy's going back. Let's see what else we can get. Got him. What is this? Little French grunt. Alright, so fish number 2 is a French grunt. Way prettier than the sailor's choice. Little bit rarer, but still very common. So we'll get it back. Hopefully we can get something new. Got him. Oh, this is a tiny little guy. All right, third fish of the day is a third different species. This is a dusky damselfish. I'm trying to fish closer to shore among the rocks just because I can hold bottom a little bit better than out there in the fast currents. So we'll see what kind of fish we can pick up among the rocks. So far it hasn't been too interesting. Got him. Ooh, what is this thing? Sergeant Major. Alright, next fish is another new species. A Sergeant Major, another species of damselfish. Again, one of the more common ones. If you just look in the water, can't really see it on video, but in person there are usually dozens, if not hundreds, of these guys close to shore. Alright, so here's what we got going on. In that hole right there, I saw a very small fish, so I tied on my tanago hook with a very small piece of shrimp. We're going to try to get that little guy out, and then hopefully I can identify what it is. It was super skittish already, but let's see if I could entice him with a little bit of shrimp. Got him, yes. Alright, so look at this tiny guy. It appears to be some sort of a goby. It is hooked in the mouth. It is tiny. I don't have my micro photo tank, or else I would put him in there. Now, I caught him, but now identifying him is going to be the tough part. Hopefully I could ID him. Oh, just fell off the hook. Hopefully I could ID him. And if I can, this may be a new species for me. Alright, so I got one out of there, but there were a couple in there. So maybe they're different species, so I'm going to try to catch one more. See if that looks any different than the one I just caught. Alright, all those fish are a lot more skittish after I caught that first one. They're not biting nearly as aggressively, and they are not holding on like they were last time, so this might be a futile effort. So I'll give it another minute, and I think we're going to try going back for the big fish. Oh, I think he just hit it. But he's not moving. Let me give him a second. I mean, their mouths are so small, they really gotta get the bait and the hook in their mouth well. Got him, yes. Alright, our second goby, I think it's a goby, out of that little tide pool hole thingy. Looks to be the same as the first. I mean, these guys are tough to tell apart, especially at this size, but the coloration and the pattern seems to be just like the first, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to ID them, and if I can, they might just end up being the same species, but not a bad little 15-minute micro fishing session among the rocks. Alright, we're back to fishing the larger setup. The tide slowed down a little bit. It's not ripping through here. It's still moving fairly quick, but I still can't hold with 1 ounce. So it makes fishing a little tougher. And oh, there's 2 manatees right there. Got him. This one feels bigger. Another French grunt, second one of these for the day. Alright, second French grunt of the day. I'm getting a lot of bites here, but they're all fairly small fish. Can't really hook up with them. So that guy's back. Sun is setting soon, but I think I'm going to move. I'm going to try one more spot before I go. Alrighty, so here is the last spot we're going to try. Can usually pick up some fish here, so I hope that's the same. We'll fish for a few minutes and then we'll call it a day. Got him. What is this thing? Another damselfish. This one's different though. Alright, another damselfish. This is either a coco or a longfin. I've had a hard time telling these guys apart. I've been calling all of them cocos, but I think some of them are longfins. Like here, the anal fin doesn't really go past the tail. It just, maybe it goes a little bit past the star of the tail, but I have no idea. So it's either a longfin or a coco. Its dorsal fin is split, but whatever. One of those two. Got it. What is this? Oh, it's a big porkfish. Alright, so it's getting a bunch of little nibbles in that same spot. Finally hooked into one. Turns out, at least this one was a porkfish. The other ones might have been as well. Got him. what is this thing? White grunts. I think it's our 4th grunt species of the day. It's a white grunt, so we'll get it back, and still gonna fish, but this might be our last one. Alright guys, so that is going to do it. A bit of a slower day here at the inlet. Tough fishing with the kind of current ripping through there to start. Still got a handful of different species, probably a little bit more than a handful. I think a handful means 5, right? So no new species that I have been able to identify yet. Those goby type things, maybe they're a new species. Maybe they're just frillfins, which I've caught before, so I'm going to try to identify them. They might be a little bit too small to identify though, but that was a cool little catch. Might explore those like little tide pools more next time I'm here, but not a bad day, not a great day. Hope you guys liked it anyway, and I will see you next time.